ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः। अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः। अर्जुनविषादयोगः। धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामकः पाण्डवश्चैव किमकुर्वत संजय। Meaning, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. King Dhritarashtra said, Dharma Kshetre, on the good holy field, Kurukshetre, at the place called Kurukshetra, Samaveta, gathered together, Yuyutsavaha, eager to fight, Mamakah, my kids, the Kauravas, Pandavascha, and the Pandavas, his nephews, Kimakurvata, what did they do? Sanjaya, O Sanjaya, meaning King Dhritarashtra is blind and cannot see what is happening. He asked his wise helper Sanjaya, who has special vision to see far away. Dear Sanjaya, my sons and my nephews, the Pandavas, have gathered together at the holy field of Kurukshetra, ready for a big battle. Tell me, what are they doing right now? The moral: think of this battlefield as a game in our own minds. The Pandavas represents our good thoughts like sharing and being kind. The Kauravas represents our bad thoughts like being greedy or angry. The Gita teaches us how to always let our good thoughts win. Bhagavad Gita 1.2 Sanjaya Uvacha Drishtva tu Pandavanekam Vyudham Duryodhanastada Acharyamupasangamya Raja Vachanamabravit. Meaning, Sanjaya Uvacha. Sanjaya said, Drishtva, after seeing Pandavanikam, the army of the Pandavas, Vyudham, standing in a smart, strong formation, Duryodhana, Prince Duryodhana, the king's eldest son, Tada, then Acharyam, to his teacher, that is Drona, Upasangamya, walking up to Raja, the prince, the king. Vachanamabravit, spoke these words, meaning Sanjaya answers the blind king's question by describing what is happening on the battlefield. Sanjaya said, O king, your son, Prince Duryodhana, looked out at the Pandava army. He saw how perfectly and smartly they were standing, ready for battle. So he walked over to his teacher, Guru Drona, to talk to him. Imagine you are about to play a big game and you look over at other team. They look super strong, super organized and totally ready to win. That is exactly what happened to Duryodhana. Even though Duryodhana had a bigger army, seeing how well behaved and organized the good team, that is the Pandavas, were made him a little nervous. So he rushed to his teacher to get some reassurance and make a plan. The moral: when people work together as a team with good intentions, they look strong and confident, just like the Pandavas, being organized and united in a superpower. Bhagavad Gita 1.3 Pashyaitam Panduputraణam आचार्यमहतीं च मूं व्यूढां द्रुपदपुत्रेण तव शिष्येन धीमता. Meaning, Pashya, look, etam, this, Panduputrana, the sons of King Pandu, the Pandavas. Acharya, O teacher, Mahatim, huge or mighty, Chamum, army, Vyudam, standing in a smart, strong formation, Drupada Putrena, by the son of King Drupada, Tava, your, Shishyena, student, Dhimata, very clever or wise. Meaning, Duryodhana says, respected teacher, look at that massive army of the Pandavas. Look at how beautifully and cleverly they are standing, all lined up for battle by your own super smart student, the son of Drupada. The story: imagine you are playing a big game at school. Before the whistle blows, you look across the court and notice the other team is standing in a perfect line, looking very strong. This is exactly what Duryodhana was doing. He was a bit nervous because the Pandavas looked so organized. He ran to his teacher Dronacharya to point it out. But there was a twist. The captain of the other team was actually Dronacharya's former student. Duryodhana was subtly reminding his teacher, hey, you taught that guy everything he knows, so you better fight extra hard to beat him. What are the life lessons? Appreciate your opponent. Even though Duryodhana was on the enemy's side, he couldn't help but notice how smart and well arranged the other team was. It teaches us to always respect our competitors and acknowledge when they do a good job. The power of a good teacher. The other team was strong because they had a great teacher, Dronacharya. It shows that when you listen to your teachers and coaches, you can achieve amazing things. Stay calm under pressure. Duryodhana was acting out nervousness and overthinking. The Gita later teaches us that instead of panicking about how strong a problem looks, we should just take a deep breath and focus on doing our best. Bhagavad Gita 1.4 Atra Shura Maheshwasa Bhimarjuna Samayudhi Yuyudhano Viratascha Drupadascha Maharataha. Meaning, Atra, here in this army, Shura, brave heroes, Maheshwasa, mighty archer with giant bows, Bhimarjuna Sama, equal in power to Bhima and Arjuna, Yudhi in battle, Yuyudhano, Yuyudhana, another name for a brave warrior named Satyaki, Viratascha and King Virata, Drupadascha and King Drupada, Maharataha, great chariot warriors, commanders who can fight thousands of enemies at once. Meaning, Duryodhana says in this army they are incredibly brave heroes and massive archers who are just as strong and skilled in battle as Bhima and Arjuna. Among them are great warriors like Yuyudhana, King Virata, and the mighty champion king Drupada. Understanding? Imagine you are playing a big soccer tournament and you look at the opposing team, you spot their star players and tell your coach, oh, They have players over there who are just as fast and strong as our two best players. Everyone knew that Bhima, who had the strength of 10,000 elephants, and Arjuna, the greatest archer in the world, were the biggest threats on the Pandava side. But Duryodhana notices that the Pandavas have brought in even more friends who are just as scary good at fighting. He names three specific kings who joined the Pandavas because they wanted to stand up for what was fair and right. Life lessons. Never underestimate your competition. Duryodhana teaches us a good lesson here. Never assume a challenge will be easy. It is smart to look closely at what you are up against so you can prepare properly. Good people attract good friends. Why did all these mighty kings come to help the Pandavas? Because the Pandavas were kind, honest, and stood for Dharma. When you are a good person and a good friend, capable and positive people will always want to be on your team. Everyone has unique strengths. The verse describes Maharathas, warriors who have mastered their skills through years of practice, whether it is drawing, coding, sports, or maths. You can become a champion in your own field if you practice hard and focus. Bhagavad Gita 1.5 दृष्टकेतुश्चेकितानः काशीराजश्च वीर्यवान् पुरुजित्कुन्तिभोजश्च शैब्यश्च नरपुङ्गवः. Meaning, Drishtaketu, King Drishtaketu, Chekitanaha, Chekitana, a very brave warrior, Kashi Rajascha, and the king of Kashi, Viryavan, very powerful, full of energy, Purujit, Purujit, heroic prince, Kunti Bojascha, and Kunti Boja, another brave prince, Shaibyascha, and Shaibya, a mighty king, Narapungavaha, heroes among men or champions. Meaning, Duryodhana says, look over there too, teacher. They also have the brave Drishtaketu, the fierce Chekitana, and the incredibly powerful king of Kashi. Plus, they are the heroic brothers Purujit and Kunti Boja and the king Shaibya, who are all absolute champions among men. Understanding? Imagine you are looking at an all-star sports team. You already pointed out their top captains, but as you keep looking, you notice the rest of the lineup is also filled with most valuable player, champions. Duryodhana is realizing that the Pandavas didn't just bring a few good fighters, they brought an entire team of legendary heroes. The king of Kashi was famous for being unbeatable with a sword and bow. Purujit and Kunti Boja were actually Queen Kunti's brothers, Arjuna's uncles, who came to support their nephews because they loved them. Duryodhana calls them Narapungavaha. In ancient India, when someone was a mega champion, people called them a bull among men because bulls are strong, fearless, and never back down. Today, we would call them superstars or absolute champions. Life lessons. A strong team needs everyone. A soccer team cannot win with just one good striker. It needs a great goalie, strong defenders, and smart midfielders. The Pandavas were powerful because every single person on their team was a dedicated champion. To win big games or finish big school projects, teamwork is everything. Stand up for family and truth. Purujit and Kunti Boja joined the battle to support their family because they knew their nephews were being treated unfairly. It reminds us to always stand up for our family and friends when they need our help. Earn your title. These kings were called champions because they trained hard every single day. No one is born a superstar. You become one by practicing your skills, whether it is reading, playing an instrument, or a sport. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय